Hello and compliments of the season once more. My name is Tope Adaramola, and I want to appreciate my followers for keeping faith with their followership and for the various endorsements and suggestions that I have had from my video clips in the past. I assure you that we will always be together. All right, today is another day coming around to you with another conversation, as I often like to do, about a matter that is affecting everybody in our country today as we speak. And that is what I want to call the Jaapa syndrome. Jaapa, as many of us would have known, is actually a Yoruba euphemism for a massive movement of people, for brain drain that is already hitting our nation as we speak today. There is hardly any sector of the economy that this phenomenon is not affecting. The employment market is greatly distressed as we speak now, as most employable Nigerians, especially people of certain demographics, specifically the younger people, are leaving the country in droves. You also have some people within certain occupational sets also leaving this country on a daily basis. One just needs to visit any of the embassies of any country, be they developed or underdeveloped, and you'll be wowed by the number of Nigerians who are hankering for visas to get out of this country that many people have referred to as a conundrum of crisis. And rightly so too, because if you want to be factual with yourself, our environment today is not clement for anything that is progressive. It is an environment that one could say is inimical to the growth of anybody that is aspiring to do well for himself, whether in the realm of being an entrepreneur or being in the realm of employment. The challenge is so grievous, and everybody seems to be looking for a way out. A younger person that is closer to me recently picked up a job, and at the interview, the owner of the business asked the young man, please disclose your foreign or Japa intention, so that I will be able to know how to arrange myself so that I don't build my castle on you in the course of your employment. And it is that grievous. Many organizations have lost very, very good hands, and rightly so too, because our country seems to have become a nation that hits up its heritage, a nation where people will be out of school, university students will be out of school for 6 months, a nation where what you bought yesterday, you get there today, the price have gone up so astronomically, cutting into your disposable income and ultimately affecting your standard of living. The environment, I must confess to you, is a big push for which many people are responding to on a daily basis. But how be it, however it is rather, there is something that I want to share with you today, and that's the fact that when you need to travel, and rightly so too, if you have to travel, travel out of this country with the right mindset. I wonder, many young people that I've encountered, some of them will be as frank as telling me, sir, I just want to get out of this country. I just want to rot away in that place. Some will say they just want to get out of this place, irrespective of where they are going. I think that there is need for us to have a conversation here. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. I know that at the initial level, according to Abraham Maslow, the lower level of needs is where many of us are as we speak today. I can assure you that the country that you are headed for will definitely satisfy you in the area of food, satisfy you in the area of getting you something to do, to engage your hand, more than your brain, more than what we have in this country. And of course, you will not be stagnant there. You will also move up to the higher level of need, and that is the level of self-actualization, or what J.C. Maxwell called the level of personhood. And what will determine whether your decision that you have made to travel out of this country, you will not regret it, or you will ever love yourself, will be incumbent on the heart with which you are traveling. Would you be traveling with a heart with a defeatist mindset, or would you be traveling with a mindset of, oh, let me get to that country and get a lever to become what I want to become? You know, would you have a heart of a champion, or you will have the heart of a defeated foe? Those who have the heart of champions, irrespective of where they find themselves, they ultimately excel. Just this morning, I was reading a biography of that wonderful British Nigerian, Kemi Badenoch. You know, she's one of the top parliamentarians, as a matter of fact, Secretary of State in Britain as we speak today. She studied law, she studied computer engineering, later went to study law, and you could see her mindset was not just to get to America, got to get to Britain and rotting away and satisfy ourselves on the basis of the primary order of needs, but rather saw herself getting to the top. And rightly, she's rightly there as a pride, not only to Britain, but also to pride, as a pride to even Nigeria. So, gentleman or lady that is watching this video, there is nothing wrong in you having ambition. There's nothing wrong in you having an aspiration, but go with the right mindset. What distinguishes an average Nigerian from maybe the Chinese or even the Indians that I've seen is that many of these young people from those countries, they go out of their countries to become ambassadors. They go with the mindset of an ambassador rather than being eaten up by the system in which they are. And that's why you see them, they don't give in their culture, they don't give in their language, they don't even give in their food. They ensure that they take everything along with them, and they never lose touch with reality. Gentlemen and lady are out there listening to me. There is vacancy for you. Even in this country, I want you to believe that it is not an accident that we are created in Nigeria. There's actually something that is reserved for you. Even while you are in diaspora, I am a strong believer that anything that happens in this world does not happen by accident. At this point, this is the phenomenon that we have to face. At some point, Egypt, the present Egypt, or the biblical Egypt that many of us used to quote in the Bible, they had this type of massive exodus. But eventually, their nation still came back to renown. Not renowned based on those who could not see beyond their noses, not beyond those who had themselves buried within the system, but by those whose acts were able to comprehend a greater weight of what they were in the foreign country to accomplish. And this is what we are facing today. So if you find yourself in America, if you find yourself in the United Kingdom, if you find yourself in Germany, in Australia, wherever you find yourself as a young man, know that it is not by accident that God created you a Nigerian. It's not by accident that God paved way for you to be in that country in the midst of the multitude that want to be there at this time. And that there is specifically a vacancy for you, which you can engage your mind, you can engage your creator to find out. Otherwise, when the level at which you are now has passed, and ultimately it will pass, and then you will not start to regret asking yourself, why did I even get out of my country? Why am I here? Is life all about food? Is life all about shelter? Is life all about getting something to do? At that time, if your mindset is correct, if you have the mindset of a giant, if you have the mindset of an employer rather than a perpetual employee, then definitely you will sit back and say, thank God I made the decision that I made to travel at that time out of this country called Nigeria. I know that Nigeria will be great. I know that Nigerians will even be greater anywhere you find yourself in the world. But my message today is that you should have the right mindset, as nobody can be greater than his mind. And whatsoever the mind can conceive, I can tell you it can also be accomplished. Have the right mindset until I see you at the other end of the corner again. I wish you well. Bye-bye.